cameras inside the cells in the west house over there, which there's not any, there never have been any, but because got so many single cell mental health, we need to put a camera and some recording capability in there with those guys, and plus for the disciplinary detention, so we can catch them doing what, or stop them before they tear stuff up like they have been. Our staff, we're down to 72. Got to let it go down further due to lack of revenue. Change in some of the population. We've got 9 females that are in single cells. We do have some empty female cells, but I'm trying to move some around. That's another problem that's come up. Was all males, now females are increasing. Let me go ahead and do this before we do anything else on the sales tax. Right now, sales tax this month was our portion was $375,000. All this other stuff's not. Yeah, 376,811, and that's at the full rate. If we were cut in half, like what we will be in 2029, our portion would only be $188,405 to operate the jail. Reduced operations in jail, as I've said before, is about $5.2 million. We would need another $433,000 and some change a month to meet that budget off of half of the sales tax. Even if the full sales tax would still need some. With the revenue and whatnot on some contract or DOC backup bids, that would bring in, on an increased number of those, about 1.1 million. So we would still be about $1 million short. With the full sales tax at $4.5 million, what it is now, we would only be 700,000 short. So about 60,000 a month. And what DOC and what BIA that we could get would more than pay for that shortage. So as this is coming along faster, the county would, if it doesn't pass or continue to get the full tax, the county would probably have to come up with about $2 million, I believe, to help fund the jail on a reduced level, which that's a lot.
So your reduced level, what is that? What do you call reduced? Down to 250, 60, or?
Well, with the BIA and DOC would be up to about 300. Because I got 70 BIA, if we can get that. We might not be able to get that many. And 60 DOC which is about what we've got now.
We don't have any more Pawnee anymore?
No, we pulled all them back. Our main contract numbers are going down because they're trying to fill up another facility. So we're at a kind of a tight now. We're supposed to be staying about 100. We've got 89 today.
Where's that facility at?
Leavenworth.
Okay.
Oh, it's a contract facility up there.
Okay. And once they get their numbers back up,
Supposed to.
they'll start come back in here.
Right, that's what they said would be full again. Don't know how long that'll take or anything, but we've got money set aside from everything that's been coming in, like it's supposed to go for the next couple of months. But I can't take a chance. Only fill critical positions, I guess, if you want to call it that. However, in 2029, when the sales tax is up, whether or not that existing contract's even here or not, I mean, you just have to flip a coin and see.
Well, I will tell you that I learned something just 2 days ago, that the city of Ponca City may be asking for something along those lines of a tax. And if we are, and it's maybe in 28. So if we are going to ask to keep what we got, we better do it before 27. We better do it in 27, not wait around. I don't know if it's true or not, but Ponca's may be asking to keep the tax that they used to build the police department, which is the same tax they kept when they built the recplex.
That's what I was gonna say, it was the same.
They're just, I think they're in 28, they may be asking to keep it again. So.
Don't know for what.
For the city of Ponca City.
No.
Infrastructure.
There.
So, we better get after it.
I mean, it's in all honesty, there's no, with medical and all that other stuff, there's no telling what it would be like in 3 years. It's changed so much in the past.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we could just go out and ask for a full penny, but right now it's, I can almost guarantee you it wouldn't pass.
And that's kind of what, if this all went away really quick, it'd be tough to make it until next year. The county would have to pitch in some money sooner rather than later, and that's what I had told you about, or whatever, about if they budget some money, just let it sit where it could be sitting there in case something came up.
Yeah, well, it may be something that needs to be brought up during a commissioners meeting.
Right.
So, I would suggest maybe we just show up, or have it put on the agenda and just as a discussion item and let them know exactly what you just said.
But I need to wait, see a couple of weeks on we're in the second week of our reduced. April 1st was what it, and either if we stayed at 100, we'd be fine for a couple months, easy, and probably a little bit longer. 100 a month for billing.
I'm pretty confident that we would get a yes vote on keeping the tax that we have. I've been doing a lot of campaigning to keep that this last several weeks with the different leadership groups, and I just spoke at the Senior Citizen Center this week, and everybody understands what it takes to keep this place going.
They won't remember it.
So,
Well, but thankfully you're not asking for an increase, you're just keep it the same.
Yeah.
So that's a little easier to swallow.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, it's been going for, it'll be 20 years.
Right.
Most people don't even remember when it
Mhm.
was passed. No, but it's, I mean, it's if they don't do it then, they'd have to go back later and ask them for probably more money.
And we have to wait till 29 to do this?
No.
I mean, for the vote.
we can put it on a ballot for the 27 to extend it right then and there. I mean, we don't have to wait till 29.
Why don't we do that?
That's what I'm saying, we need to
Because if
put it on the
something-
ballot next year.
If something happened, it'd give us enough, that'd give me another year and a half to ask again.
Yeah.
You could run it, at least, I think, what is it, 6 months in between?
Yeah. So long, yeah, if it didn't pass this time, at least you'd have enough time to try it again.
But if you put it on a ballot in 27 before the Ponca
Yeah,
City,
yeah.
that'd be the best.
That's the best way
to do.
I don't think so. I asked the election board a few weeks ago to give me a cost estimate on how much it would cost just to run a
Special.
special election, and countywide, it was just under I'm sorry, just under 26,000.
And we would pay for that.
Either us or the county commissioners. I would think we would ask the county commissioners to foot that bill. Because it is,
It's important to them.
it's important for them.
That we survive.
I think probably maybe the first sometime sometime at the end of this month or the first of next week, or next month, we need to put it on the agenda and kind of discuss it with them. I don't know how long it takes to get something like that put together for the election board. I know it takes a few months to get the ballots in and all that.
Might need to talk to the ones that did it before, down in Norman. I'll think of the name in a minute.
We'll need a little bit of time to go out and, like we did with this, talk to people and remind them what's coming up. Well, I think the first step is to get it on the commissioner's agenda and let them be thinking about it. Maybe set a date to get it put on the special election. As soon as it gets out that we're gonna do that, we may get some negative feedback from some people. Talk about people that's got plans for the rest of it. I mean, we did whenever we went out with this tax. And in 07, 08, we had some feedback from Ponca, just because they had some plans that they wanted to do, and it was gonna obviously interfere. And they finally came around to understanding why we needed what we needed. We've got some new leadership now in Ponca, different ideas.
And everybody's in it, best interest, they take care of this things.
Yeah, I mean, 99.9% of the criminals come here. They very seldom stay in their brand new facility they just built in Ponca, so.
Yeah, they get more just a holding facility, really, yeah.
Yeah, they have
So
a
they
few,
bring them down here?
they have a few people that have city charges, but very
Yeah.
rarely do they do that.
Yeah.
See, Stillwater closed their city jail, and it was about like they're actually a little bit bigger, putting them in because they're too costly and they gotta meet the standards and
They were building that when we were
everything.
looking around.
Yeah, they sure were.
Is that why they're shipping the people from jail in Ponca to here? Just making ends meet?
We tried to do that before, back when they were full, they wouldn't. And it saved them, I forgot how much money, it was cost them half as much to send them here instead of them keeping them. I think they had like 29 or something. It was back in like 2016,
In Ponca.
keep their city prisoners for them. Which now we don't have the room unless we charge them $100 a day, so. We can keep 4 or 5, but that'd be about it.
It just, the money's gonna get tight no matter what with the property tax. Something's going to happen with the property tax. I don't know what's gonna happen yet. I mean, I think the whole deal of just eliminating property tax completely has gone away. I don't think that that's gonna happen, but there is a lot of promises with the governor's race coming up that they're gonna make sure that homestead exemptions get raised and put caps on age limit, caps on property tax and stuff like that. And I mean, it'll affect us, county government, but
That's if you can get the legislature to go along with it. The governor really doesn't, I mean, you're gonna have to get them to convinced to do it, and then you're gonna have to figure out where you're gonna replace that income from, where, I mean, every time they talk about cutting something, well, they're gonna add it over here somewhere.
Yeah.
But when that happens, that opens the door and then it's easy to make some changes instead of going.
I just don't want to expect to ask the, you know, if we know what our decrease is gonna be in revenue off this sales tax, and then we go to ask the commissioners for another $2 million out of their property tax, it's not gonna be there. Because if they eliminated property tax in 3 years, it would take just shy of $1 million cut in our county budget, so.
Where are they gonna get the money to fund schools, cause that's what funds all the
Yeah.
schools do.
Yeah, our property, our ad valorem intake this year is right at about 71 million. And the county's budget out of that 71 million is just a little over 18 million. So the schools and the health department get 67, I think it's 66.5%. You know, I don't know where the money's gonna come from, so. I just don't want this place to end up like our old jail, because we don't have the funds to operate it, and that's where we're heading if we don't get out there and get this tax passed. At least have that, because I don't know where the property tax is gonna be like in the next 2 to 3 years.
And if it didn't pass, the use tax would drop 3.
Yeah, the use tax rate would drop, yeah.
So that would be another hit. I think the use tax this month was 130-something thousand for all the whole.
I mean, the commissioners have that use tax fund that they can use, but that will dry up pretty quickly.
Heck, yeah.
Very quick.
And back on your packet, and you fall around and go by quick, just to take some time. The ADP for last month was 416. 364 males a day, 52 females a day. The high-low wasn't as bad as it's been, like 429, I believe, 433 was the high. But 400 to 300 a day. The housing stats, intakes, 433, released 444, 446, total 879. Count on Monday when I did that was 372, it's 361 today. Out count, got 6, have 0 in Pawnee County, got 3 in Veneta, and 3 on loan to the feds. ADP for July, except was 416. Contract one's 36. Bridgeway, we have 1. DOC waiting, have 52 total, 32 that are ready, and 20 waiting on paperwork, and some have pending charges. 19 sentenced to county, 1 for court sanctions, 3 in from prison on writs. Cost arrest 2, and then we have holding 2 for other jurisdictions. And the sales tax was what we was just talking about. For the month, it was 376,811. So far to date, that's 3,714,260. Debt service 1.2. But what we've had for operations was 2.4. 2,460,000 so far. We've got 2 months left. And that's where, if you just total all that up, of course, I had it for operations, it would be for the year about 4.5 million. Everybody was up except for Tonkawa and the sales tax. They were down about 5,000. Blackwell was up 7,500. Newkirk was up about 9,000. I made a mistake on that. Ponca City was up 54,000. Tonkawa was down, and we were up 14,566 from last April. And If you look at that one, that sales tax, the historical one there, we're averaging $371, $142 per month. And if we finish that out with that average, we would be ahead what we were last year. So far, we've had 3 months that was below last year. Last year was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months under the year before. So it has improved a little bit. It's still pretty much flat. And if we ever had the whole sales tax, we would be getting all that to operate on. Food service report, they made 38,667 meals for the month, cost $46,098. Cost per day was $358, but this was one, we hit the month where our expenses were still at about $1.50 and some change per meal. 958 diabetic meals, 287 cardiac, 182 no pork, and 83 soft meals.
What's a tilt?
Tilt skillet. That's
Tilt.
where they do most of their cooking.
Tilt skillet?
When you get over the meeting, I think I can show you how it works. Okay, get your hair.
Fix
done.
me something.
Get your hair done.
So, are you fixing it?
It's already fixed.
Oh, it is. So this is old news.
Well, I've had it for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I don't have anything else. The main thing is that, like it usually is, the money.
So we're finally all caught up on ice payments and all that good business.
Yeah. And actually, that one came in fairly quick. I think we billed this month was, $330, I believe. Just for that one.
All right, Kay, you wanna do your thing?
So for the January revenue, we have DOC at $50,247. DOC transport was $1,736.74. Contract one housing was $49,896. Transport was $5,567.10. Contract two housing was $402,592.08. Transport was $47,018.95. OTO was $120. City telephone was $22,072.30. Our other revenue, we had the new curb shut fees, $14,108.62. The DOJ jail fund fees was $159.15. The interest was 5 cents. The DA was $339, and our total revenue was $593,857. And our year-to-date total was $4,238.21. That'll bring everybody's mood back up. I was just talking about money. Put you back in your happy places.
That was January, okay?
I know. That was January.
So technically, we got more than $4 million now, huh?
Yes.
All right. Anybody have any questions for Dawn before we move on? All right, number 5, we don't have to vote on this, we're just letting you guys know that the detention center performed action transferring $255,000 January 22nd, $250,000 on February 19th, and $262,000 March 25th from our revenue account to our salaries account, so we can make payroll. Number 6, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve payment on the following purchase orders, requisitions submitted for payment. A, BOK annual bond trustee fee of $1,400. Need a motion and a second to get that approved.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that payment.
Second.
Motion and second, roll call please.
Aaron Brown,
Yes.
Jimmy Greenhagen,
Yes.
Steve Kelly,
Yes.
Jim Seaver.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. Number 7, consideration, discussion, possible action to accept Finley and Cook audit for June 30th, 2024, 25.
So moved.
All right. Second?
Second.
All right, motion second. Roll call?
Okay. Aaron Brown,
Yes.
Jimmy Greenhagen.
Yes.
Steve Kelly,
Yes.
and Jim Seaver.
Yes.
Motion carried. And number 8, consideration, discussion, possible action to approve March, April 26th purchase orders. I think those are sitting in front of you. Anybody have any questions over any of those?
What's government capital?
That body scanner, we made the first payment early, so we don't have to worry about it come July.
Okay.
Next one's not due until July of 27.
We only got 5 more payments, huh?
That's right.
But it's
We
paid
could,
paid off.
Six.
we could, if everything stayed up, we could get it paid off really quick.
I don't know who this Kate Hughes is,
John Jones is on one.
you know.
Yeah, that's about long business.
I didn't know your car held that much gas.
Just for a month.
That's for the.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second, roll call?
Okay. Aaron Brown,
Yes.
Jimmy Greenhagen,
Yes.
Steve Kelly,
Yes.
and Jim Seaver.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. Number 9, consideration, discussion, possible action to approve April and May of 26 KCDC biweekly employee payroll not to exceed 120,000 gross salary per pay period.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Okay. Aaron Brown,
Yes.
Jimmy Greenhagen,
Yes.
Steve Kelly,
Yes.
Jim Seaver.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. Is there any unscheduled public appearances? Wade, you ain't got nothing to say?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call?
Okay. Aaron Brown,
Yes.
Jimmy Greenhagen,
Yes.
Steve Kelly,
Yes.
Jim Seaver.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you, gentlemen.